Kids are stupid. No, that's not the beginning of the review. Yes, they are. That's not what this is about. Kids will watch anything, no matter how scary or stupid or bad it is. I'm guilty of this. It's always up to the parents to see what their kid is watching. Of course, sometimes the parent will show their kids a scary movie and the kids will piss or poop their pants in fear. Sometimes that film can be 9. Released on the 9th of September 2009, not a gimmicky title whatsoever, 9 is a 2009, yeah, I already got that, adult animated sci-fi horror film, directed by Shane Acker, based on his 2005 short film with the same name, and produced by Tim Burton, who hasn't made any recognizable films whatsoever. I think maybe Batman or something? I don't know. Anyways, like I said, this film isn't for kids, but some kids still watched it, including me. Checks out in a weird way. While most kids who watched this would probably piss their pants in fear, my autistic brain was enthralled. I was always curious about this film and how it worked. I wanted to know more, but due to the fact that no one in 2009 was bothered to see anything that month, it only made $48.4 million on a $30 million budget. Still a success, but not enough to justify a sequel. But, like I said, I was mesmerized. I can't remember what age I was when I watched this film, but for the sake of this video, I'm gonna say 6. Which is about 2 years before the incident. Anyways, my crippling past aside, let's talk about 9. This film takes place in an alternate version of the 1940s. All of humanity has died, and we follow a Stitch punk, voiced by Elijah Wood, that calls himself 9, due to the massive number 9 on his back. He soon discovers the other Stitch punks, and he realizes that they're all that's left of humanity. His goal throughout the film is to learn more. Learn about how and why he was made, what his and the other 8 Stitch punks' purposes are, and, most importantly, why all of humanity died. However, his curiosity gets the best of him as he awakens a massive robot called the Fabrication Machine, the monster that created machines to destroy humanity. Now, 9 of the other Stitch punks have to stop it before it kills the 9 of them. One aspect of 9 that I love is the characters. I've seen this movie enough times to know which character is which, even without looking at the big number on their back. 1 is arrogant, stubborn, and is a massive coward. He is the leader of the group, but his views often challenge 9's views. 2, I forgot to mention that 1 is voiced by Christopher Plummer. 2, voiced by Martin Landau, is crafty, kind, and smart. Despite being younger than 1, he is weaker and less strong. 3 and 4 are the silent twins, who are like 9 in their quest to learn more. Unlike 9, however, they're more cautious and don't jump into conclusions to learn more. They usually follow what the others are doing. 5, voiced by John C. Reilly, yes, Wreck-It Ralph himself, is kind of like 2. He has one eye, as he lost the other while the humans were fighting the robots and failing. 2 nursed him back to health, which is why he's similar to 2. Like 3 and 4, he's very cautious and doesn't always want to jump into danger, but 9 forces him to anyway. In fact, he creates a bond with 9, as the 2 are similar in some kind of way. 6, voiced by Crispin Glover, is artistic and odd, often drawing the device that becomes the MacGuffin of the film. Despite having a bit of intelligence, he is shrugged off by 1 as the crazy one, despite 6 knowing more than 1 wants the others to know. Twice throughout the film, 6 is about to explain something to 9, but he's stopped by 1. If I had a nickel for every time that happened, I'd have 2 nickels, which isn't a lot, but it's worth that happened twice, right? 7, voiced by Jennifer Connelly, is confident, strong, and vicious. The only female in the group, she has a strong hatred for 1 and his views. She's usually the one who protects the group from danger, as seen in her first appearance, but she is shown to be weak in some circumstances. One of her sneak attacks failed. She is shown to be in a bit of a romance with 9. Another, probably the teenage boys who probably watched this movie when they were going through puberty and were like, oh. 8, voiced by Fred Tatasciore. He's not a famous actor. I think he's a voice actor. Is strong, like 7, muscular, and brutish. Not British, brutish. There is a difference, trust me. He is one's bodyguard, but is not very smart. He will do anything at one's command and is shown to be bully the other Stitch punks. However, it is shown that he does have a heart and does genuinely care for one. He also rarely speaks. All of this is from memory. Most of it. Some of it. Alright, I looked it up on Wikipedia for the descriptions. Don't look at me like that, you would too! Anyways, my favourite character in this film would have to be 1. Mostly because he goes from the most unlikable character in the film into a redeemed one. It's a pretty generic character arc, going from a mean, arrogant narcissist who has no remorse for his actions, to a good person that sacrifices himself to save the protagonist. Oh, spoilers by the way. However, what I like about 1 is that he isn't completely incompetent. He's cowardly for most of the movie, but sometimes he gets his head out of his ass and helps the others. Well, they don't have buttholes, they just have asses. God, why am I talking about Stitch Punk's asses? What am I doing with my life? Once again, ignoring my crippling depression. Another aspect of the characters I like are the designs. As you saw when I was going through the posters of each of them, all the characters look different. Even 5, who initially looks the most like 9, has something happen to him that changes his appearance. His design is actually based on 5's design in the original short, which is niche. A little bit of continuity there. All of the other characters look like they were made from different fabrics, and the details in which look very precise. It really feels like actor wanted to distinguish each of the characters in personality, design, and voice. And that's cool. Other aspects of this film I love is the nihilistic and bleak tone. This, believe it or not, is a PG-13 animated film. 12 in the UK and Ireland, which is very rare. It definitely takes advantage of the rating, as there's lots of grim imagery in this film, including dead bodies. Some people still call this a kids' film, which, if I watch it and all is fine, then I don't see why not. However, Watership Down is a PG, and that film features swearing and rabbits being maimed, eaten, suffocated, and impaled, and that's labelled as a kids' film, so anything's possible. The story is also very interesting. We gradually get more clues as to why humanity was destroyed. The reason why they were destroyed is because it's a typical robots may have annihilated us, but really we did it ourselves. Blah, 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 blah. However, what's slightly different about this one is the context surrounding it. Spoilers for this movie, by the way. But the big bad robot character, who was actually born out of the scientist's intelligence, but not its soul. That's why it got corrupted and destroyed humanity. It's because it had no humanity. They had a soul, which is why the Stitch Punks had the scientist's soul, which is why they had humanity. His plan was to have them restart humanity. I wrote humanity 3 times. Sorry. They also had individual personalities, which is why they're always so one note. That's the point. They're all meant to connect to as one whole person. It's truly great. Other things I like about this movie are the voice acting, very professional and well done. The music is very intense and can even be beautiful sometimes. The animation is stellar. It really takes advantage of the lower budget and to make a good looking and stylistic movie. The editing and cinematography are very fast and quick, but also sweeping and grand, and the ending is genuinely beautiful. Perfectly bittersweet, showing how humanity is restarting next to these little Stitch Punks. I was very close to pronouncing it as chipmunks, but thankfully I stopped myself from doing that. There is one little problem that plays this movie greatly. The pacing. Again, like Rocky IV, it's basically the same movie, it's way too fast. I feel like if this film was the usual 90 minutes, then we could get a bit more of the lesser seen characters, like 2, 8, and even 6, who rarely appears in the film, and whenever any of these characters appear, They have very little speaking lines, especially Aish. I just feel that some scenes could have been extended and there were more moments for each of the characters. However, this is the only major problem for me. This is a fantastic film for reasons I've already referred to. The writing, story, acting, animation, cinematography, editing, music, and characters are all fantastic. The pacing could have been a little slower, but aside from that, this is a brilliant film that I highly recommend. I know you're going to hate me for this, but I give it a 9 out of 10. I know it's a terrible pun, but I'm not joking here. I really give this a 9 out of 10. I love it that much. Anyways, join me next time where we'll talk about an actual horror movie. I know, crazy, right? We talked about music videos, PSAs, a kind of scary film, and a friggin' font. But now, it's time to get some real spooks. See you on Halloween to review Halloween. Okay, this is where you... Hi, so two things. One, yes, the 9 in the name is from this movie, obviously. I love 9 so much, so obviously I put it like that. And two, in case you're wondering, that sound at the end was my dog barking. Can't ignore this, it's just how it is. Anyways, bye.